Hey, a while back I said that I was going to share my story of how I became a Christian, and so I'm going to share that with you right now. When I was in high school, I was in a relationship with a girl who I was just madly in love with, and I ended up making some bad choices in that relationship. I cheated on her, just messed around with some of her friends, and it was just a bad choice, and I ended up losing that relationship. And I ended up losing it right before I went to college. And so I moved away to college about 3.5 hours away from home and away from her. And I just had some time now to think about what I did and just how much I hurt her, how much I hurt myself. And yeah, I was just really in a dark time. And there was one night when I started to think about her. I wanted to write a song to her and ask her to come back to me. You know, I wanted to write an apology song, a groveling song, a song that says, I love you, I want you back. So I started to write the song. And the words at first were to her, but as I just started writing, I couldn't stop writing. I just kept writing and writing and writing, and so before I knew it, I wrote a song, but I didn't really know what I wrote. So I went back and read it. And the words went like this. I thought that I had someone to talk to when I felt that I had sinned. I thought I used to have you, meaning her, but now you have him, meaning this other guy. I forgot to mention she started dating this other guy. The next line is, I've been thinking about you to myself, and I've come to realize that the person I really need to talk to is right above me in the heavenly skies. The chorus goes, Heavenly Father, I praise your name. Can you help me redeem my faith? Can you help me redeem my strength? I'm open to you. I know if I'm with you, I'll be okay. Now those words, when I read those words, I'm like, I didn't write that. I don't know where that came from. It came from somewhere inside of me. So anyways, the second verse is, all this time I've been crying because I felt so all alone. I felt like I was dying. Now I know I was wrong. I've been living my life in so much darkness, but now I see the light. And I'm hoping that the mighty kingdom will open up its gates and let me inside. Then it repeats the chorus, Heavenly Father, I praise your name. Can you help me redeem my faith? Can you help me redeem my strength? I'm open to you. I know if I'm with you, I'll be okay. And the bridge goes, now Lord, I know that you will always be here for me, even though I was blind not to see you. My heart is open. Won't you come and live inside my soul? I'm open to you. I'm hoping that you're open to me too. Now this is just an amazing thing. I remember reading this going, I didn't write this. I don't know what this is about. It's obviously a prayer to God. And the very next night I was invited to go to this meeting called InterVarsity. I didn't know what it was. It sounds like some sports thing. And but I was asked by this really hot girl. So I was like, yeah, of course I'm going to go if she asked me to go. And so I went to this InterVarsity. It ended up being called InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. I brought a friend of mine with that who has been there before. Now I'm going to name drop if you're into Christian music. My friend's name is Matthew West. I asked him to come to the meeting with me because he's been there before and I just wanted to feel more comfortable. So he went with me and we sat together in the back, and there was a guy there talking about Jesus, and he mentioned that Jesus was a partier. Jesus would party with the people that nobody else wanted to hang out with the prostitutes, the tax collectors, just all the outcasts of the world. He hung out at their house, he had dinner with them, he partied with them. He was just a great guy, down-to-earth person that just loved the downhearted. And it put Jesus on a level that I could finally understand, that this guy wasn't just a historical figure or a nice guy, but it was more personal to me, more real. And at the end of this message, the guy speaking, his name is Mark Ashton, when he was done speaking, he said, now if you'd like to start a personal relationship with Jesus. Bow your head and say this prayer with me. And I remember thinking, why not? So I bowed my head, said the prayer of God, enter into my heart. It's almost the same words that were in the song that I wrote. And an amazing thing happened. This is weird, but I felt the floor shake. I remember asking Matt, did you feel that? He's like, feel what? I'm like, I could have swore the floor shook. And so anyways, I ended up leaving the meeting, going back to my room. I said goodbye to Matt, went back to my room, and on my way back, I was like, wait, I didn't say hi to that girl that invited me, that hot girl. Her name was Laura. I'm like, I didn't say hi to her. So I turned around to go back to say hi to her, and something stopped me. All of a sudden, for some reason in my mind, I was given this bit of knowledge of, you're going to see her later. And I'm like, wow, this doesn't make any sense. I don't believe it. So I'm, forget it. I'm going to prove this wrong. I'm going to go back to my dorm room, and I'm not going to see Laura at all. This is wrong. So I went back to my dorm room and turned on the TV, and I got a knock on my window. I was on the ground floor of the dorm. And it was my friend Sandra, and she said, hey, Tom, you want to go out to eat with a bunch of us? And I go, well, who's going? She goes, well, it's me and Sally and Laura. I was like, Laura's going, huh? All right, I guess I'm supposed to go. And so I went out to dinner, and I brought Matt and another friend with, and we went out to dinner with these Christian girls. They just answered all these questions that we had, and it was an amazing time. Just an amazing night that God orchestrated. He wrote the song through me, and then had this night of when I could start a relationship with Christ, and then have these girls answer questions for me. So that, in a nutshell, is how I became a Christian.